Yours,
Is that the button off of your Levi's?
just so y'all know, running around trying to find something. It's a good thing we sit down for this program, Troy, because my pants are going to probably fall off at some point today.
I need something. Hold on. There we go.
I'm a little embarrassed right now. It just happened. I lost the button to my pants. So
all those radio station donuts.
New year, new me. I may need to go buy some new pants because apparently the old me caught up and it's not looking good. So
New year, same old me.
I really was seriously running to get something. The next thing you know, I was like, why are my pants falling off? And yep, that's the culprit right there.
That just means you're in style now, man. That's how the kids wear their clothes now.
Look at us. We couldn't figure out Instagram, but I'm steps ahead when it comes to fashion. That's right. The gram, and I'm back to showing my underwear as my pants are falling down. I hope I don't have anything important, any important meetings or anything today. So please excuse me. Yeah. Welcome everybody to Zia Comic Weekly, where we get to nerd out and talk all things fashion, apparently, because I am now the fashion guru. And yeah, Troy, it's been a day, man. What's up with you, man?
Yeah, it's been a year. This whole year it started off really in the toilet. I was trying to climb up out of the toilet, man.
Man, it's like we were hoping better for 2023, and next thing you know, you're looking for your pants. So it will be the year of the pants, everybody.
I got an ADT alarm call this morning.
Really?
About freaking out. Yeah. The store in Alamo, I get the alarm. Back door opened. I was like, what the? So I pick it up and I'm doing all this, talking to ADT, they're wanting to know if they should send the cops. And next thing I know, my contractor's calling on the other line. Like, oh, hey, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to come in and do the windows and your alarm's going off right now. I was like, dude, I told you, let me know ahead of time.
This is the perfect segue to say, how are things going at the Alamogordo store?
They're installing the windows today.
Hey, that's good.
And I ordered the
police needed to know.
I'm hoping Free Comic Book Day this year will be open.
Yeah,
that's what I said last year too. So we'll see.
Oh man, Troy. But you know what? Hey, y'all got to understand, Troy is a busy man because it ain't easy, man. With all the stuff you got going on between the stores, you got El Paso Comic-Con that's going to be coming up. I mean, you got to sleep eventually. I mean, I think that's for both of us. We got to find time to sleep sometime, right?
Can you call my wife and tell her that I'm a busy man and I don't have time for her stuff?
I tell you what, you call mine, I'll call yours. We'll have like doctor's excuses for one another.
Signed, Joey's dad.
Oh my gosh, Troy, there's a lot to get to, man. I'm pretty sure you've seen Cobra Kai final season will be coming. It was kind of sad, man, to hear that. That's it.
I'm glad they're not overstaying their welcome, but man, I can't get enough of Cobra Kai.
Yeah. I mean, the last season, and you're caught up, right, from the last season. Okay. So obviously, I mean, it was the perfect way to, if you really wanted to end it last season, I mean, because you still get a little bit of that mystery. There was a chapter that I feel was closed, but I really think we're going to probably in this finale, and we're hoping we'll get that last battle between LaRusso and Cobra Kai. We'll get, the last, they'll probably put on an exhibition, one more match to wrap it all up.
They're running out of cameos though, unless they bring in the girl, I can't remember her name, and
Hilary Swank
and Jaden Smith.
I'm surprised Jaden hasn't appeared because Will Smith is behind the production of this show. So I just kind of was waiting for a Jaden Smith or even a Jackie Chan cameo.
Yeah, maybe they're just pushing those over into a different universe, but it would still be a kind of a cool cameo, even if he's not the same character, just to have him there.
Yeah.
Maybe in the competition.
I think they should bring all the champions of the past, and I mean, adults and kids, and let's see who stands at top, and let's see if LaRusso truly is the king of the valley.
It'll be the celebrity version of Cobra Kai.
Who will make it to the final round, everybody? Oh yeah, I know, man. It kind of broke my heart, but you're right. They didn't overstay their welcome. They're going to, okay, we gave you 6 episodes. Now let's move on.
Let's see if they branch off in a spin-off of some MTV type of teen drama with the new characters.
I mean, and the kid who plays Miguel, I mean, he's already
blowing
has
up.
projects lined up. Blue Beetle is going to be coming out, which, I mean, that one, I don't even think Warner Brothers really had high hopes for it. And now it's going from a HBO Max original to now theatrical. I mean, I think he's going to have a big year after Cobra Kai is said and done.
Yeah, his version of Blue Beetle was pretty popular in, what was it, the Young Justice cartoon. And like I said, he's got ties to El Paso. That character is out of El Paso. So, hopefully they hype it up around here a lot. You don't get to see too many superhero characters based out of the Southwest.
I mean, I always think it's great when you get to see shows and movies that's out in this area. I mean, look how much Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad did for the area. So,
I mean, New York City has more than their share. The West Coast has more than their share. Give us some love, man. We want some superheroes.
yeah, I was watching something on the news the other day, and I didn't mean to watch the news. It just happened to be on. But apparently Las Cruces is up there when it comes to production and kind of a hotspot these days for filming. Not just Las Cruces, but New Mexico in general is becoming quite a bit of a hotspot for people to come out here and film. And whether it's, trying to do those, outer space scenes. I mean, you got the perfect landscape for it.
Well, New Mexico has, pretty much all, as a state, just about every geographical region you can find in the state, and lots of open area to film in. We're sparsely populated. We have less than 2 million people in the whole state. and they're giving them killer tax discounts and stuff to come and film here. I think I started way back with Richardson.
Yeah.
So it's worked. It took a while, but it's working. We're getting our own studio. 828 Studios is supposed to be moving to town.
I mean, that's some good news right there.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't know whether they put them right across from the homeless camp, so I'm not sure how that's going to work.
There was actually some filming late last year that was out in downtown, so you got to see some of that going on throughout the year 2022.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot. They even one of the last ones Bruce Willis did was here in town, and from across the way, I thought I saw him, but it was his stunt double. So, I was a little upset because the guy came into the store. I was like, "Hey, you're not Bruce Willis."
That's gotta hurt though, man. Can you imagine you're just walking in and you get so hyped and you're like, "Oh, you're the stunt double." Oh. Okay.
Until he shows you that check he cashed for being Bruce Willis' stunt double.
He was like, "Yeah, you can all you want." It's like I can do whatever I want just for looking like the guy.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of movies around here, especially in Cruces, but within the state overall, a ton of movies being filmed here.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if you catch one of us just walking through the movies. Although you've explained to me that being an extra isn't probably all that it's hyped up to be.
I did it one time. I ain't in a hurry to do it again.
I know. It's like when they were asking for it last year, we had a few people here that were a part of it, and then you realize it's like, okay, I got to take the day off of work. And I got to cancel anything that I have, and you may not go home until late that day, or you were there early this morning. So they take care of you, but we
did like 14 hours, and they were still filming. They let some of us go because they didn't need them for other shots. 14 hours out at TRC. I got paid like $110.
Oh man! So,
but I am in the trailer. You can see me in the trailer for The Space Between Us.
See,
there's like a 2-second spot. You can see my bald head.
Wait, you don't even get the face?
Yeah, it catches. It's the part. If you ever seen the trailer, which it was a blockbuster movie, right? So
yeah,
the part where the doors open at the spaceport, and of course, it was nothing out there. So the director always told us, just imagine you see this big, beautiful rocket sitting out there on the launch pad. So on the thing, when it's open, the doors are opening, you see me, and I turn around and look and start clapping.
I would be doing the overacting, Doing
Yeah,
the
it
Macaulay
was.
Culkin look, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Scream. Yeah, it was. And you did so much clapping and cheering. My hands after 14 hours were raw. We did the same scene all 14 hours from different perspectives, different things. Oh my God. I was losing my voice from cheering. My hands were like bright red from clapping so much. At the end of that 14 hours, I was like, you know what? This is not the job for me.
I am not. But you know what? There are people that
Yeah.
make it their job to just be an extra.
I talked to some of them there. They're like, yeah, and then after this, we're going over to Santa Fe and we're doing this one. I was like, yeah, I'm going home and I'm done.
You know what? Good luck. I got a job to get to tomorrow, so y'all have fun. Let me know how it goes. So,
Yeah.
uh,
No.
one movie. I think I'll try it one time. One movie. I just want to be able to say it. And if I can get lucky enough to be in the trailer, I mean that's a win for me. But one movie will be me. So we'll see. Well, there's gonna be plenty. I might just stumble on set one day, but oh, I didn't know you guys were filming. What are these things? Oh, they're cameras. I didn't
Just photo
realize.
bombing them walking through. Hey.
They're like, sir, it's taking place. This is taking place in a Western. Why are you driving by? Like
With a bag of Doritos, just
on a cell phone. They're like, this was taking place in the 18, and here I am on a smartphone. Like, oh, I'm from the future. Sorry.
time traveler.
Oh my gosh. Of course, we're into the new year, getting ready for the Marvel impact that is going to happen. I mean, I know we keep talking about this Ant-Man and the Wasp. The more and more they keep giving us, the more and more they keep teasing us. Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to get ready to kick things off next month. And I can't be more excited because I think this is going to be the phase that really separates the casual to the real hardcore fans that want to stick around to see what happens in the Marvel universe.
I just hope they give Kang his due because in the comics, he's a much bigger threat than Thanos. He is
Yeah.
just crazy and he manipulates time. So, and there's so many versions of him from different timelines and he's always either most of the time he's working with his other versions. There's a couple that, uh, strays, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I'm looking up the actor who's playing Kang. I can't
Jonathan
remember. Yes. So I didn't realize that he is about to have the biggest year because after this movie, he's
Creed.
then in Creed 3.
Yeah, and then he's got another movie coming out where he's playing some steroid ridden big dude. I can't remember the name of it, but it's coming out toward the end of the year, I think.
Yeah, so I'm looking right now and I'm just like, okay, I probably should remember his name, but I didn't really, and I don't know if this is by design for him, and whoever's agent is amazing. But with this, and obviously this character is going to be pretty big in the next phase. I mean, we're going to see a lot of this guy over the next 3 years. I
Yep.
mean, kudos to them, man, because that's going to be a face you're not going to forget. I mean, can't remember his name right now, but I bet
Is
you
it
I won't
Jonathan
forget.
Morgan?
Jonathan Majors.
Majors, that's it. I knew it
Yeah.
started with an M.
Yeah, but it's like you're gonna see a lot of him.
Yeah, he's a pretty good. He was. What did I see him in that Cthulhu based series that was on TV for a while? He was in that. But dude, when I saw him in Creed with his shirt off, that dude is jacked.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like,
He's like,
what?
I was just like, wow.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, like, did you get prepared for Ant-Man or did you get prepared for Creed? Because either way, like,
Yeah,
I mean, kudos to you, man.
yeah.
Because I just lost a button today, and this guy,
And it wasn't from flexing.
and exactly, it's like I'm like really like, man, like, but no, man, it's gonna be. I mean, this is definitely gonna kick off a lot of stuff for us Marvel heads that I'm excited. And meanwhile, DC can't decide what the hell they're doing.
They have nobody leading them. Well, I mean, they got I just drew a blank.
Gun.
Yeah, they pulled Gunn over from Marvel, but DC doesn't make Marvel type movies, man. Marvel has got a little humor, little this. DC is usually dark and brooding and just straight to the point. So I'm waiting to. It worked kind of in Suicide Squad, and it worked really well with Peacemaker. So
Yeah.
let's see.
But the creativity when it comes to these, and I know definitely superhero movies have been getting a bad rap from a lot of these big time producers that say people that's not real acting and that's not real movies. But then you look at something like The Boys on Amazon. It's just good storytelling. If you have
Yeah.
good storytelling, it could be a superhero movie, it could be whatever it is. The story is what gets people engaged because I'll say it. If somebody decided to create their own superhero universe and it's not tied to DC or Marvel and it's got a good story, it's what's got us fans talking about it. It says that's an amazing product. We're going to get the comics and we're going to watch the movies.
Speaking of boys, and they're getting a spinoff too. If they had Compound V, would you take any?
I don't know.
And what do you think your power would be?
That's the scare. Oh, I overeat. I don't know.
Because you don't get to pick your power.
Exactly. That's what it's like. You're really taking a chance there. It's like, I don't know if I would want to roll the dice on that. Would
I would
you?
probably get something really lame. I know how my luck is.
Mine is like I sleep nonstop or like I fall asleep. Like my superpowers, the more I sleep, other people heal, or I don't know. Like it'd be a weird thing. Like
That'd be awesome. Then you could just have a reason to sleep.
right. They're like,
Hey,
hey,
you've got the sniffles. Hold on.
Hold on. But they have to we have to cuddle in bed for them to feel better. Like
You've got a spoon with them.
We have to spoon in order for them to so you got to think like a superhero gets hurt. Like Batman's like, oh, I'm hurt. All right, come on.
You walk out with your footy pajamas with the trap door in back.
Holding a blanket, like, all right, Batman.
Come here, Bruce.
It's like, I guess I'll be Big Spoon and then just
bring it in. Bring it in.
Bring it in, bro. In about 8 hours, you'll feel a lot better. I'm telling you, that would be like a lame superpower that I would end up with.
I don't know. The more you talk about it, the more I'm kind of liking it.
And that was just off the top of the head. I'm like, okay, so literally just fall asleep, but people heal off. The more I sleep, the better people get. So,
and so what would be your superhero name? The Napper?
The Napper. And then I just have a bunch of Z's. And it's not a cape, it's a blanket that I carry with me everywhere so I can cover myself. So I'm telling you, look, we got a good story.
You sold me, man. You sold me. I want that power.
Look, man, we didn't even, and it's nothing to do with DC or to do with Marvel. Tell you guys,
we got to start our own universe,
right? The lazy verse. I have to watch television in order to save. If I watch television, I power a city. I don't know. Like,
we should do this. Trademark. Hey, nobody out there steal that. We're trademarking it. The right. Lazyverse.
The Lazyverse. Well, it was funny the other day because when we were talking about Cobra Kai in the press, it said the Miyagi verse, and I was just like, okay, guys, come on, like, let's not. You don't have to add verse to everything.
It's the media trying to hype everything.
I tell you, man. Avatar 2. Have you finally seen Avatar 2?
No.
I haven't either.
I was thinking about it. I got my invitation to Movie Pass, so I can jump in there and go watch some movies.
Movie Pass. Martine was telling me a little bit about Movie Pass.
They're back.
Yeah, break it down for people because Martine had Movie Pass. It's like its first go around, and that guy used it a lot. So what is Movie Pass doing now? Dude, it was worth it.
Yeah, back then I think it was like 10 or 19 a month, and you got to see one movie a day, any movie. And dude, I watched some of them I watched twice. Because I was like, hey, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm one of those guys, right? Even if I didn't want to see the movie, I'm going to go watch it.
I think Martine used that more than a debit card. Like he just was like at the movie. Like seriously, I think at one point he would go from here to the theater because, like you said, it was a movie a day.
Yeah, they've changed it a little bit now. It's you got, I think there's 4 different tiers. It's like 10, 20, 30, 40. And each one of those you get a specific amount of credits. Those credits you use to watch a movie. Like if you watch it during the matinee times, Monday through Friday, it costs X amount of credits. If you watch it after matinee time, Monday through Friday, it's a little more. If you watch it during prime time, like anytime on the weekends, the credits
The credits go
costs a
up.
lot more. So I mean, and they roll over. They roll over to a if you don't use them all, you can roll them over up to I think a total of like 46 credits. You can have more than 46 credits or something like that.
Okay. Well, I
So I
mean,
mean, I've been toying with the idea. I just don't want to get burned again.
yeah, that's how. So and it's funny because I've heard this from Martine. I mean, he's been on this for months now, just trying to figure out what was going to be the new plan, what was going to be the new deal, how are they going to go about it? Is it ever going to be as good as it was before? And so now looking at it, it almost seems worth it, especially if you like casually want to go catch a matinee. Like it seems worth it. I mean, because I don't know off the back. He said it's like 10 credits, right? I think you to start have
It's $10. I think you get like 36
yeah.
credits or something.
But if you're an avid moviegoer, I mean, obviously we talk a lot about the different movies that there are, and there's certain movies that we even say that we're like, I'll wait for it to stream. Well, if you have this, you might as well go watch it because you're paying for it already.
Yeah, you got. I mean, get your monies out of the car. They put a couple extra steps in there to use it because you have to have their app. You go to the theater you want to use it at, and you enter the app. Say, "Hey, I'm at this theater. I want to watch this movie at this time," and then it preloads the credit card for that amount. So you go and use that credit card to buy the ticket.
Okay.
So it takes the theaters completely out of it because they're seeing the money regardless. It's just coming off a card from MoviePass.
Well, hopefully it sticks around for quite a bit with the new levels. Maybe it will be something that people will be. But if you get it, I mean, it is kind of worth it. And I told Martinez, hey, if you save your credits, man, I was like, come next month, you know, that you got Ant-Man coming. I mean, if you save, you could be able to watch all the Marvel movies and more if you're saving your credits. So I'm already planning for Martine. He just doesn't know about it. And he's going to watch this back and be like, oh, you guys were talking about MoviePass. Yeah, we were talking about you.
Yeah, I think I figured out it comes out to you end up paying approximately around $5 a movie. And I mean, you can watch a $5 movie here in town, but you're penciled into only on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
this one's $5 pretty much any time you can watch any movie. No blackout. So
yeah, this could be a good thing for those that say, like how I said, you know, just wait till it streams. No, it'll get people back in the theaters. I mean, I think it really does a good job. I mean, but there are some movies though, man, that you're like, I'll wait for it. And I really think Avatar's headed in that direction because I know it's going to be a long movie.
It is. Was it like almost 3 hours or more?
Yeah, like 3 and some change, like 3:15, I believe.
And I heard it's good, but it's still 3 hours, man. I'm a product of the hour and a half, 90-minute movies back in the day.
Man, and then sometimes you're just like, that was just enough. Like I tell you, did you see Glass Onion?
Yes.
Okay, that flowed so smoothly, and it just like it took place, did what it needed to do, and then we're like, okay, cool. I'm happy with the story, and we didn't have to do 3 hours of a backstory. It was perfect.
Yeah. Did you watch the first one, the Knives Out?
No, I haven't seen Knives Out yet. I remember you
it's
telling me
just
to
as
go
good.
watch it.
Yeah, it's just as good.
So I don't know. Glass Onion though was amazing, and Dave Bautista. Can we finally say Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned actor? Because he is amazing, man. Like,
well, they even asked him, so well, which other wrestler turned actor would you want to work with? Do you want to work with The Rock? He's like, no, I prefer to work with real actors.
yeah, because he's a real actor now. But it's great though, because it's like they didn't have him as the muscle head, like, hey, he's gonna be the guy that break the door down. No, he was the comedic relief.
Yeah, I just love when he's filming in his house and his mom slaps him. Gosh, mom.
Gosh, mom, why are you embarrassing me like that? But no, for those that haven't seen Glass Onion, you need to watch that one. And then his new one that he has coming out, the trailers, the one he's doing with M. Night Shyamalan.
It looks Shamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, I was like, I hope I'm saying his name right, but it looks insane, man. That one, I think, for what they were saying about Dave Bautista being the best, I think right there we're gonna get a nice little preview of how good of an actor he is.
Well, he turned me when I saw him in that new Blade Runner. He was only in there for that, couple minutes. Yeah. But I thought his performance in those couple minutes was just like riveting. I was like, wow, he's just he can act. The man can act.
The man can act. Don't be fooled by the muscles and all the tattoos and the bald head. He can act, everybody. Oh man. What do we got going on at Zia Comics?
More of the same old, same old. You know, every Friday you got Magic the Gathering. Saturday we have free board game night. Um, still trying to get people to, you know, it's so difficult to get celebrities to come to Cruces
Yeah.
because we're so far off the beaten path.
Yeah, it's still
But
early in the year though, so
yeah, but I'm working on it, man. I've been talking to them. They're all like, "Oh yeah, where's your store at?" And I tell them, they're like, "Where's the nearest airport?" Hour away over in El Paso. They're like,
well, if you want to fly from Las Cruces to Albuquerque, we can make that happen. It's an hour.
"Yeah, I guess we could." So they'd have
Yeah.
to fly into Albuquerque and then fly down here.
Yeah. So, what's 2 flights? They'll be fine.
Yeah.
We make it sound like it's nothing, but really, you know, to some of these actors, it really is.
Yeah, when they're time crunched, a lot of them they because it's what, a 4 or 5 hour drive,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and you can fly
No.
it in like half an hour.
So I still want to try that. We've contemplated trying that. We're like, oh, we'll see how it
It's
goes.
still not cheap. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
like $80 one way,
Yeah.
and you got it. They don't fly on the weekend, so if you
Oh,
go
so
on a
yeah,
Friday, you got to stay all weekend.
so that just changed a lot of my plans for this weekend. I guess I'm driving that way then.
Unless
Otherwise,
you're
I'm
staying till
staying.
Monday.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about a writer before we get out of here. So we were earlier this morning during the big show. Kevin Hart mentioned in his writer that he has to have a certain stool, and he sends them the link to, you need to purchase this stool, no substitutions, or I won't perform at the show. And I'm assuming that this stool is heightened to accommodate him. Because if you've seen any of his stand-up specials, you see it's this black stool. I've watched many of his specials, but I think it's because of the height, and it's probably because it's sturdy, and whatever the case may be. You know, I know you've dealt with many of celebrities. Have you ever seen anything crazy on a writer that they're like, oh, come on, man, you really need like green M&Ms?
Not in the contracts. A lot of times they'll wait until they get here, then they drop things like that on you.
Yeah.
The only thing I've seen in contracts is they have to, you know, some of the older celebrities want a padded, comfortable chair, but that's because they're like in their 80s. So
Yeah.
I can't expect them to sit on a hard chair. I'm like, yeah, that's no brainer. We can do that.
He's like, can you give me something to elevate my feet, please?
Yeah, I've had. I won't name names, but
Yeah.
I had a celebrity come who they were part of a duo, and they had an ego, and they were sitting on their stools, and the other guy with him was a little taller sitting on that stool. He made me go and find enough pillows to put on the stool to make him taller than the guy next to him, because he was the main name. That, and they like to drop dietary requirements on you when they get here. And even though it says right in the contract, you know, hey, if you have dietary restrictions, let us know. We'll accommodate. They land, I go, oh yeah, hey, I can only do this. Or, oh, hey, I'm on a juice cleanse. Like, dude, this is El Paso. We don't do juice cleanses.
I know. You want to know what's funny? You mentioned that food thing. That's actually happened to us, and we're not going to throw any names out there because you never know. Small world. The next thing you know, hey, how are you?
Hi.
We had that happen one time. We had an artist, and out of the blue, you know, they mentioned that they decided to go vegan that week.
Had that.
And we're like, okay, like, so we just don't, at the time, we're like, we don't know where to point them because it just was it threw everything off. And you're like, okay, how do I got to do this? Luckily, we can pull it off because there's some places, but you weren't prepared for that. You were prepared for like okay, I was going to send you to this restaurant on this day, but now I got to find a different thing. But okay, so the pillow thing though, man, that's crazy because your ego says you need to be taller than them.
Yep, they wouldn't be they refused to do the photo ops until they got something padding that makes them taller.
Oh my gosh.
Or you get the guys bulking up and they have to have high protein. So, I need a pound of turkey and 2 bananas. This is Sunday in El Paso, man.
Come on, man. Like,
we pulled it off, but it was a lot of running around.
Yeah, it's always the memories when it's like, hey, I need to go find out how to go find 3 pounds of turkey and 1 banana, so that way they're okay. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy because we talked about the Kevin Hart thing, and at first I was kind of like, all right, that's ridiculous. But then I realized, well, how many places was he going, and they were giving him a stool that was 6 foot, and the poor guy can't climb up on top of it, and he's gonna look ridiculous. So
why doesn't he travel with his own stool?
that's what I thought, right? Like, just carry your own
You make
stool.
enough money,
Or
throw it in carry on, dude.
although what would be interesting though is like, okay, so after he uses it, sign the stool, and then maybe they do something with it later. Do a raffle auction or something for it. But
Yeah,
still,
that'd be a decent idea.
I mean, we've thrown out some pretty good ideas today, Troy. I'm just gonna say,
I hope somebody's listening, man.
I'm telling you, man, from the new comic book, the Lazy Verse that's coming, to how we can make extra money by selling napkins that Kevin Hart used. I mean, we're in it for the money.
People say little story back when I lived in Maryland. I love Kiss, the band Kiss, right?
Yeah.
They were playing at a bar that's been torn down since then. It was Hammerjacks. It was when they were getting ready for their Hot in the Shade tour. So it was they were just gearing up, smaller bar. And after they played, all the big fans ran around back trying to catch them coming out of the back door to the bus. Paul Stanley came out and he was eating an apple. And he had like 2 or 3 bites out of it. And the guy said, hey, Paul, can you give me anything? He gave him the apple and the dude just lost. He's like, oh my God. I was like, dude, it's a freaking apple. It's going to, in like 2 minutes, it's going to start turning brown. What are you?
Like, how do you preserve that? Like, oh my God.
That's what I was thinking. Or maybe he's going to do something weird and go around the corner and finish eating it. I don't know.
Right. He's just like, I made applesauce. Yeah.
It's just that sticks in my mind is people are so infatuated with these guests, these celebrities, that anything they've touched, they go crazy about. So we could sell that stool, dude.
It just hit me. I am that person. I know we're like, it's like, I got to throw this story out there. And I think I've told this on the air though. So playing in a golf tournament in Albuquerque one time, there was a weather reporter by, I'll just say his name, Doug Fernandez was there. I know, right? They were playing ahead of us. He had specialized golf balls with the logo of the news channel. He hits it. He's like, that's a dud. And then they kept moving. I go to hit my ball, and it happened to be in the same area as his. I picked his up and put it in my pocket, and I took it home. It is sitting on top of my refrigerator till this day.
He still can't find it. I thought it was right here.
Watch that be the only one he had. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm
pretty sure Doug, just take a drop, man. It'll be okay.
The guy's doing well for himself, probably. I mean, he's been doing the news in Albuquerque for decades. So I could say that, like, and I always tell people, it's like, yeah, I took Doug Fernandez's golf ball. And they're just like, why? I'm like, I don't know. He left it, so I thought I needed it. So
my first question would be like, who?
Exactly, right. So you're just like, why did you take it? It was a news anchor, and I fanned out. I mean, I tell you, Troy, there's millions of stories I could talk, but I was the Apple guy.
You're that guy.
Except I took a golf ball and it's still sitting in my refrigerator, but at least it hasn't decomposed. So
I'm glad he wasn't eating.
I know, right?
Burrito on top of your fridge.
Can you imagine? I was like, what is that smell after 6 years? Oh, it's Doug Fernandez's breakfast burrito.
That's his saliva.
The day we went golfing. So yeah.
All behind glass.
So hey, that's gonna be a collector's item one day, all right? Before we get out of here, Troy, I see we were doing so well until now you learned a little bit about me today. How can they stay in contact with you guys on the socials? There's a lot to take in today, right?
I'm still processing that one, man.
If you only would have seen me. So the bosses were just like, what are you doing? And I went out of my way to get this golf ball. Like, I held them up and the people behind us because I was looking for this golf ball. And yeah, it was.
I'm going to have to watch the green room whenever you're around.
Hey, ask me if I was invited again.
I think I know the answer.
Yeah, this was 6 years ago. I was never invited again.
Did he drink out of that cup? Are you going to throw it away?
I know. But like, hey, y'all didn't get the party favors from this? They're like, dude, it was a golf tournament. Oh, I took T-shirts and
where did you get that? It was in his golf bag.
I know. He was I mean, if he didn't want me to take it, he wouldn't have left it in his golf bag that had his name on it. By the way, I took the golf bag. I'm just kidding.
Didn't have his name on it.
It was like, hey, well, I mean, Doug Hernandez, it's kind of close. Troy, let them know about your socials.
This is going to hurt later more I think about it.
It really is.
Over the interwebs, we got the Facebook, we got the YouTube, we got the Twitter, we
Yes.
got we got the Gram, and we got Tiki-Taki.
That's right. Give them a follow. And if you would like to stalk me the same way I stalk Doug Fernandez, you can go to Joey on the FM on TikTok and Big Show on the FM on Instagram, Hot 103's Big Show on Facebook. You can follow us today. Guys, this has been a very weird episode of Zia Comic Weekly. I feel very, I don't know why. I feel like
I've learned way too much about you today.
I needed to get that off my chest. And oh, trust me, there's a million more of stories like that.
So I haven't even like therapy for you.
I feel really good right now, Troy. You have no idea. We nerd talk for half an hour. I confessed my sins, and now I feel like I can proceed with my day.
I don't know, with the food shows you like, the chick flicks, and now this. I have questions, man.
Tomorrow, next week, my name is gonna be the guy who steals golf balls.
It's gonna be Joey Fernandez.
There you go. I'm changing it, Joey. No, I can't do that because then Martin's gonna think I'm trying to copy his last name.
Martin has a last name?
Apparently, he does. He's not Prince, just one name. Martin. That's it. Guys, we'll see you guys next week. And I promise this will be more of a less therapeutic session this next week. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys next week.
Later, nerds.